Just got a quick question before I play this video. Is it rude to ask for a woman's age? Is it rude?
You asking
Is it
now?
rude, ladies? I'm asking everybody.
It's Carmen's turn.
No, I'm asking everybody just in general.
I'm not offended by it. I mean, I think some
No.
people think it's rude, but it doesn't bother me.
Okay. Anybody else?
I don't think it's rude. I volunteer my age, so you know what you're dealing with.
How old are y'all?
Here we go.
32.
Oh, I'm 36.
I don't know. I don't think it's that. I don't know. I don't think they've been making a big deal of that for like the last 20 years.
That's because body count took the pressure off.
I was about to say that I'm more worried about the that
You
question.
worried about your body count?
I'm not worried about that, but how rude, how intrusive people want to be, like right off the bat, how many kids you have, like stuff like that. They be like asking that on like the first breath. I don't. Yeah.
And I think there's been
I'm sorry. I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. But I was gonna say like almost like if a man asks you your age like right away, it's like you could tell how much of a gentleman he is. So that's the part that throws me off. Like I don't mind answering the question. I don't hide from my age, but then also you know that person's probably judgmental too. Sometimes.
How old are you?
I'm not answering his questions. Anybody else want to?
I tried to be a gentleman.
How old are you?
I think
I've
in the age,
already told y'all. Okay. Did you ask me, Trav? I am 39 years old. I'll be 40 in 2
Wow.
You do not look 39. You look like you in a time capsule.
No, you
old
don't
do I
look 39.
Like 29?
Younger.
30?
You ain't gonna play that danger zone sound effect?
I used to look 27. I'm getting older.
I think in the age of social media, and I think a lot of people's ages are just known at this point. Like especially with like dating apps and online dating and all of that.
I think we should. I think it's absolutely irresponsible not to ask what your age is, just in case you are underage. You kind of need, just for safety reasons, to make sure that if you're trying to pursue someone romantically, I think you should ask the age right off the rip.
So every time you, well, I can tell you this: when a woman gets closer to 40, her top lip starts to separate from her nose a little more.
What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, if you look at her mouth from her nose, she's got age on her. It start to drop. Her lips start to sag down. That's why they use.
That's some old people shit if I ain't never heard it.
It's the truth. Look it up.
He's probably wearing diapers right now.
Bruiser, how old are you, man?
Too much because he's my age. I think
about to be 38.
If that's the case, men's nose and ears don't stop growing when they get older, and they just get bigger and bigger. We're gonna say that.
Bruce, your dad got to be like 70, ain't he?
66.
And men's feet too.
Oh.
They all never stop.
How old are you guys? How old are all of y'all?
I'm 30. I'll be 35 in August.
I think I'm 41.
You think?
41.
I think you're the oldest, aren't you?
No, I'm the oldest. No, Shan got me.
Damn. How you gonna just shit socks at Shan? Like
I am older than you.
got hit with a stray.
That's a blessing to me. I love my age because y'all on some other stuff.
Where your gray hair at?
I love the generation in which I was born. This generation, oh God.
What's generation?
I'm just saying, y'all be on some other
He said this was the worst generation, and she just said she loved it.
I mean, I enjoy my life.
Shit, how old are you?
I'm 46.
Oh,
okay.
46.
Nothing.
Some people don't make it to 46.
What? In what country do they not make it to 46?
A lot of people.
You talking about making it to 46 without kids? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's some people. I mean, with disease.
Is he trying to be Kevin Samuels or something? Like, is it trolling right now? That's crazy.
Who's that talking?
Why is my computer not charging?
This sounds like some after hours shit if I ain't never seen it. What is wrong with y'all tonight?
I'm about to go and play this clip, man, and then we'll go ahead and get into it.
Stuff.
Why is this not?
Somebody gonna ask him my Leo
over there.
Hearing voices.
Yeah, I'm a Leo.
Somebody asked if you who?
If
Leo.
I was a Leo, I'm like, yeah, I'm a Leo.
Leo women usually love me.
Trev,
Kept that to yourself, bro. That was not even interesting.
I'll be 45 in
This nigga
September.
really is trolling.
No,
What's
I'm
wrong
just
with
saying.
you
You said
tonight,
somebody
man?
asked you was you a Leo. I thought that ain't had no correlation to what.
why
I
do
don't
men
even know.
always
Are we not
age?
talking about ages and shit? Ah, here you go. You really are trolling tonight.
Leo.
All right.
Hello, welcome. I'll have you hold that. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Driva.
Driva. Okay, how old are you?
I'm above 30.
Okay. Above 30, you should be pregnant.
Yes,
What's
I'm
the
above
age?
30.
Okay. And what do you do? All right, so Driva, why you end up popping his?
The only reason I popped
What
it
did
was
she
I was
do?
thinking that you were a little bit older. That was the only reason.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, 33.
You're only 33. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Pop.
You want to know what it was? She wasn't acting her age. As soon as she said that bullshit, it's giving. That's when it was like, and you over 30? Oh, no, you acted. No.
I just want to send a
She was worried about the wrong shit the whole time. That's
Yep.
irritating.
I want to send a shout out to the brother in the front, who was wearing what I believe might be his traditional or cultural garb. I thought that was pretty dope. I love to see people like expressing like they heritage in that way. I thought that was really dope. Dude usually has some good takes. This is like the second time I seen him on the show. He had like emotionally intelligent man.
Yeah.
He's very specific about what he's looking for, and the fact that he like presented himself in that manner, to me, I think that spoke volumes, especially when a lot of people don't feel comfortable coming outside in different ways that aren't like the average person is wearing. So yeah, shout out to him on that one.
Hey Marcus, did you see the follow up when he did match with that one girl?
Nah, I ain't even see it yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. Dude, pretty cool.
Yeah. The age
All right,
thing.
so they was talking about that.
Yeah, I feel him though. Like, what she has a reason for it, but I doubt that the brand's gonna be like, oh, she turned 36. We ain't messing with her no more. She may feel that way, but I don't think no brand's really gonna operate like that. I could be wrong. I'm not passing no brand deals out.
I mean, quite honestly, it seems really bizarre because you would think that you would want to showcase that you have experience and you're older if you're doing brand deals. Like that's a flex in corporate America. Like you look young and you have this experience. Like it didn't make sense to me when she said that.
You know what else made it kind of goofy though? Like you didn't have to make such a big deal of age then. If you didn't want to have to reveal your age, because that's where, like, any normal person would know that that's logically where the conversation would lead is, okay, then how old are you? Because you made age such a big thing that you started disqualifying people and, oh, no, I thought you were such and such. No, I can't rock with you. And then it come around to you and everybody like, okay, well, then how old are you? And she go, oh, I'm just over 30. Like, are we children around here? So you just gonna walk down this aisle and disqualify people because of their age, and then when we ask you how old are you, now you want to be all hummed up and everything? That's just goofy. And I'm sure that the man just didn't want to say that, but that's the vibe that I got when I listened to that. I'm like, oh, there's something wrong with this woman.
Would y'all have popped y'all balloon on her?
Damn right. I would have asked her, say you over 30. That could be 31, 50, 60. Like, damn. I mean, I ain't gonna say that. I would have been like, I mean, are you closer to 40, 35? Which is it? I mean, you ain't gotta tell me the actual number, but damn. Like,
I would have popped it on her too.
Yeah, that shit was immature shit.
Yeah. Yeah, at that age, yeah, over 30. She probably so used to the talking points online about hitting the wall. She didn't want nobody to say nothing about her hitting the wall. But
you think that's what it was? You think she lied? You think the brand deal was bullshit, right?
That was
because why she ain't say that in the very beginning?
I think it was nonsense. Because when you think about it, like you're going on a dating show, your age is obviously going to come up. You can't think that your age is not going to come up. You can't expect it just not to come up. I think it was nonsense. I don't know if I would have popped it just based on that. I would have needed some context. She gave the context. It was kind of lame, but I don't know if it's enough to just outright disqualify her and think that that's enough to just make an assessment on how her mind works. She might just be sensitive about that thing. A lot of women are sensitive about their age, and that to me that's not that important. It's not a straight up deal breaker, but I can understand if somebody's not with it either. So, whatever.
And he already got kids too, right? So, I can't remember. Did she say she wanted to have a kid, or she did not want to have no kids?
She
I
didn't
don't
have
know.
kids.
She didn't have kids, but I don't know. I never
She
seen.
had none.
Yeah, I never seen that.
She
show.
said she ain't had no kids.
I just think it was just it was extremely silly to make age a big deal, only to not want to reveal your own age. That's just silly to me.
Yeah,
It says a lot about her as well. It's like, I want the advantage over you. I let social media dictate my life, or my brand deals, or my job dictate my relationship. It's a whole lot of red flags in that. But I also wanted to say, I love when men age shame. It just tells a quality woman like what you about, like off the bat. So yeah, the more y'all say stuff, hit the wall, blah blah blah, you still dating. Yeah, some woman's listening to you say that on the internet. So it goes both ways. If somebody hear you say that, and that's somebody that you could have really considered that a relationship with, but you didn't know her age before you got to know her. Yeah, that's definitely like, you already shown that you're judgmental, and just kind of like a person that likes to put people down.
Damn.
Understood. I didn't say it, right? You understood. I was saying she was worried about someone else saying that.
So if somebody have an age preference, I mean, I think everybody's judgmental. But if somebody had an age preference, you would consider that putting someone down.
You can have a preference without putting everybody else down, because just like you said, somebody's older. Oh my gosh, she's 35. There's people that's 40 plus and 50 plus on here. They probably feel a certain type of way too, whatever gender they are. So it's just like, okay, one day you're gonna be old too, or you don't consider your own age. Like if men just put themselves in the women's position, then you probably be a little more sensitive or more careful about what you're saying. So a good husband is going to make sure he's watching what he say, and how he act and how he move around a woman. So yeah, I don't think that she should, try to hold her age, or like I had a thing where guys were lying about their age. So I had to ask somebody about their ID. So it was like a reflex. I was like, I don't believe you. Let me see your ID. Because everybody was 50 plus, and I was like, they was lying. As soon as they hit 50, they automatically 53 and 55. I don't date older anymore, but at some point he was like, woman, you crazy. Why you asking me for my ID? But it's just like something that's there mentally, like something bad happened to her for her to be acting like this. I don't really get.
What do you think is appropriate to lie about on a dating interview, knowing that the men will say stuff or the women will say stuff in context, like in a comment?
I don't think you should lie about anything. Be your authentic self. So that way, if I don't work for you, I work for many other people, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, like the very things I was so ashamed about, the person loved about me. So but if you have low self-esteem, you're gonna just automatically disqualify you. People around you is going to automatically disqualify you. So you just gotta stand in it, and you just never know. That person might love you for that very thing. That's why y'all meant to be, because God knew that's what you wanted. Oh yeah, I bring it back to the Bible and God every time. God knew how to raise that person up to accept you, and that's how you know that's the one.
I would argue that those women disqualify themselves if they hear a man speak out of his mouth and be a man and keep himself in a man's position and not put himself in a woman's position, like societies keep trying to force us to do, so we can change our sensitivity level, so we can change how we think. We change our mentality and suppress our own masculinity by putting ourselves in a woman's position.
If you put yourself in your child's position,
hold on,
are you a child?
I'll let you finish, Ruth.
I apologize. You're right.
In a woman's position, please. So I think men need to stay in their position like they are. Speak your mind how you feel. If a woman self-disqualify herself, then that's one less woman or group of women you got to deal with. Stand on your standards, bro. The last thing you want to do is relax your standards, like the dude did in the previous topic, and end up having to kick his wife out of the house. He probably was as candid. I mean, I ain't gonna say candid. He probably was as tech as he could be in what he was saying and being careful. That's probably what he did. He probably put himself in a woman's position and had some grace for her. And now he's a divorcee. So I would argue point, Ruth, respectfully, no disrespect to you, but I'm saying we got to chill out with this men putting themselves in a woman's position so he can have some match her level of sensitivity. They don't work. There's a double standard. We're different.
Are you done? I don't want to interrupt you.
Hold on real quick. Okay, now you can go.
Thank you. Somebody was talking, but now I'm gonna go. And so when if you had a child and you put yourselves in your child position, like when you like want to yell at your kid, be like, you know what, when I was a kid, I don't think I fixed my bed all the time too, or I was stressed out too when I was a kid. That doesn't make me a child, because I think about somebody else. I have compassion for other people. If you're a Christian, you already know you're supposed to have compassion. You're supposed to treat people like you treat yourself. You're supposed to love your wife like you love yourself. So this concept is not foreign. Nobody said be a woman. Just think about, like, dang, if I'm her and I come home, whoever comes home first, like, how this is gonna work? Like, put yourself in her shoes for a moment. It doesn't mean you're getting, estrogen levels are going to raise just to think about somebody else. That's all I'm saying. It's just called love and understanding.
Yeah, you done? Okay. So first of all, I don't put myself in a child's position. What I do is, in order to hold on. I actually
I'm muting.
You ain't got to tell me you muted. Just mute and be quiet, okay? All right. Anyway, so first of all, you don't put yourself in and I don't put myself in a child's position. What I would do is I remember when I was a child. That is not putting myself in a child's position. I stay in an adult position. I stay in a position of a father, but I remember when I was a child. That don't mean I'm putting myself in a position.
Y'all remember when the plumber came on there? I'm sorry, Darwin. Was you finished? My bad.
Say sorry one more time.
I said the same thing. But okay.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead, bro.
No, y'all remember when the plumber came on there? Weapon X, that guy that was like, "You unqualified, baby. Little hair on your arms, baby." You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, dude, his first thing he went up there and said is, "I'm looking for a woman that's not promiscuous." What if he said, "Can y'all give me y'all body count so I can see?" Do you think that they should have lied about that?
Go ahead, Ruth.
They don't have to lie. I'll take permission from Marcus before I take it from Darwin. But go ahead, Darwin. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
So the dude Weapon X came up there and said, "I'm looking for a woman that's not promiscuous." That was the first thing that came out of his mouth. And what if he asked them their body count after that question? Do you think that would have been appropriate for them to lie or to?
They could say, "I'd rather not say." You can say, "I'd rather." People can say whatever they want. You don't have to respond to them. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody.
That's fair.
But I don't believe in lying to people, or you just don't. If that person, if you don't like how they talking to you or what they're saying to you, just go to the next person.
What if you want to marry him? You don't want to prove yourself to him if you want him to be your husband?
Say it again.
If he's somebody that you would prefer to be married to, wouldn't it be smart to prove yourself to him?
If he's gonna be that ungentlemanly, like, I don't think I would want to prove. Yeah, I don't have to prove myself unless unless we connect. So if he's very respectful, because I'm a very respectful person, even though I don't seem like it on the panel, because it'd be the end of the day and you be messing with me and stuff. But I'm a very respectful person in real life. And so I know I have a great amount of respect for him, a great amount of adoration for him. So that is reserved for a man that would respect me, accept me. And for accepting everything about me, I'm going to accept everything about you. And I'm going to give you a huge level of respect and adoration.
So asking for your body count is ungentlemanly. Like,
he would never even ask me. I told him.
Well, I'm saying I think Marcus was making a point. That
it's not.
It's not being a gentleman by knowing your sexual history.
But see, some guys don't be asking. They just let it come out in conversation. They let things happen naturally, and then it proves a lot about the woman for her to bring it up herself, and you never asked her to. So there's a lot of ways to vet. You don't have to be so direct. You know, if people just think like, I gotta be in your face, woman, and that's how I'm gonna get my answers. But I used to date that type. And I realized I can't, because then I realized, like, that moment when I'm smarter than you, then it's just throwing everything in the trash. Like, I'm not saying I'm smarter than every guy, but I'm just saying, like, those kind of guys are always trying to prove that they're smart. I'm not talking to nobody here, but that used to be my type. So when I get the opposite and they want to hear what I have to say and they treat me like an equal, I really, really respect that. So I don't have to have that demanding in my face type of dude. But I give him more respect than the guy that was demanding.
You ever ask a man, did he have a job?
Where do you work? No, I found him working, so I didn't have to ask him.
Carmen and Ali, would y'all have answered, or what would you have said if he said that?
If he asked my body count on the internet,
Yeah, because he prefaced it with promiscuous, like.
well, if he's so you were talking about like, oh, okay, if the woman is looking at you like you might be a husband, she should answer you earnestly and all of that. If he's gonna ask his potential wife on a pop the balloon show on the internet, like, why would he want that out there anyway?
That's fair.
So I wouldn't look at him as genuine, or I don't know. And yeah.
That's fair.
I think for me, if a guy asked me that on the internet, I would actually use that as a jumping off point for me to judge their emotional intelligence and how mature they're going to handle it. Are you asking me this question to call me promiscuous or to call me not promiscuous? Or are you asking me to like talk about the mental state of it, of if you have a high body count, this is how your mental state is and you're okay? I really think it would be, that's how I would receive that question is that, how emotionally intelligent are they? Where's this going? Because it's usually after the fact is where the cards are revealed.
So you would answer the question, right?
Yeah, I'd answer the question.
Okay, cool. Because I think if we actually ask a woman her body count, and then she answer it, then we would like, hey, look, I'm glad you answered it, and I know you probably feeling some type of way about it, but this is the reason why I asked you X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Try to make sense out of it so you can understand where he's coming from.
I don't think intimate conversations should be a problem. I think that it's our jobs to hear what the man is going to say, and then our jobs to emotionally tell him how it makes us feel. And
remember, it's 1.9 million people that may see this, though. You got to take that into context. That's so. My initial question was, what is good to hide? So y'all all get great answers, but so I the guy who came and asked that promiscuous question, he kind of. I felt like that was a weird thing to say because nobody was going to admit to it on the panel that day. You know what I'm saying?
And are you a protector?
It was a setup.
You're putting it out
it was
there.
a setup.
Yeah, they would have, Marcus. It was the internet. They would have went viral. Somebody would have been admit to it. Somebody would have, somebody would have, a woman, especially in her feelings, would have wanted to be an asshole about him. Like, okay, motherfucker, I'm gonna go viral. I got 5,000 bodies.
So
and
women
everybody
are
would have shared that fucking video.
You think women are a-holes and men are always get the benefit of the doubt? Because you're telling on yourself.
I see what you try to do there, but that.
No, just say yes. We know. We already know. You just posed. We know.